What's going on, world? This your boy KCFL King Self for Life. We're coming at you live with a Bound for Glory result video, AEW Collision video, a Battle for the Belts video. But before we get started, I had to come to you all on an upsetting, sad note. Normally I keep my private stuff private, but I feel like I gotta share this with you all. On my dad's side of the family, we just lost my auntie. My auntie passed away. She was 65 years old, and like I said, right now, she transitioned. Just right now, I just ask you all, we just keep the family in prayer. Just before you go to bed tonight, just remember KCFL. Just pray for the KCFL Wrestling the Takes family. Like I said, I appreciate that very much. Like I said, man, hey, let me tell y'all something. This is why I say, you here one moment and the next minute you gone. You never know when it's your time to go. But before you get up out of here, you better make sure without a shadow of a doubt you ready to go. And when I mean ready to go, you understand that you better have a personal, I'm not talking about freaking religion, a personal relationship with the Lord. I'm not talking about religion. Religion will not save people. That's what's going on in the world. The world has too much religion. That's what happens to the world, is, especially in the church, is too much churchianity. God he didn't come here for churchianity. He came here to rescue us from ourselves. So I just want to leave that with y'all. Like I said, I appreciate all the feedback. I appreciate everybody leave comments and everything. But we're going to get into it. But before we do that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to officially say TNA is back. TNA is back. TNA is freaking back. Man, when they showed that video, ladies and gentlemen, before Bound for Glory went off the air, you had all the major players that's been there, the new players that's there, and they was in the woods. And I'm like, wait, what is this? I said, is everybody dropping kayfabe? Cats who got beef with each other automatically ain't got beef? What's going on here? And then Josh walks up. You had everybody. They was there. You had Eddie, his wife Alicia, she was there. Naomi, Trinity was there. You had everybody. Everybody was there. Frankie was there. They all were there. And then they opened up the doggone box. Y'all, TNA is making its epic return next year, 2024. I said, oh, man, that's huge, man. That's freaking huge. Your man's excited. I can't believe it. I'm so glad I got back into watching Impact, because Impact is going away and we're getting the original total non-stop action. Man, salute to Trinity for coming through, helping them come this far. Salute to all the other cats that's been going hard, but man, getting Trinity helped them get back to where they are. This is great. This is fantastic. I'm excited for them. And ladies and gentlemen, guess who has to do better now? WWE got to do better, and we know dang sure for a fact AEW definitely got to do better, because TNA ain't playing. Eric Young straight said it. They've been sleeping on us for a long time. They are back. Man, they ain't playing. They ain't playing, ladies and gentlemen. This is what we want. Wrestling. Look here. We literally about to have 3 North American companies going at it. That is huge, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what nobody got to say. People can cow on it. I don't give a care. This was fantastic. I loved it. I'm excited. Your man's is actually literally excited for Impact Wrestling. I'm excited. They are no longer going to be under that name. They are going back to what they originally were called. They're called Total Nonstop Action. This is great. Man. Wow. I'm excited, y'all. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. But like I say, if I'm Anthony Khan, if I'm Paul the Civic, I'm right now looking at my roster and I'm looking at my creative team, and I said, we can't screw around no more. We can't. We can't screw around. What just took place last night is over. And right out here in the backyard, they did work, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to break down this whole show. I'm going to give you my takes on everything that transpired on this show. And then I'm going to do the same thing for AEW Collision and Battle of the Belt. So, congratulations to Miss Tracy Brooks and the late Don West and Mike Tenay for being inducted into the Impact Hall of Fame. Salute to all three of them. Well deserved. Excellent. So we open up the show. We open up with Kenta versus Chris Sabin for the X Division Championship. Solid opener. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen Kenta wrestle since I think he went against Moxley. What? It was right. The first year, second year when Dynamite first opened his doors. Excuse me, y'all. It's super late, so I just ask you to forgive me for that yawning right there. So if I'm yawning throughout the show, forgive me, because I got a lot to cover. But it was a solid, like I said, solid opener. Got us into it. Fans loved it. They was going crazy. Chris Sabin retained his X Division Championship. Cool. I ain't got a problem with it. Like I said, there really ain't no story right there. It was just, Kenta coming out of nowhere, participating in Bound for Glory. Great opener. So then we get the Monsters Ball matchup. PCO Rhino, Steve Macklin, and Moose. PCO got the victory. Bully Ray came out of nowhere, screwed up Steve Macklin, and I knew PCO, let me tell y'all something, PCO be losing every day, so it was kind of like he kind of needed this win, and Moose having the doggone briefcase, he didn't need to win this at all. So PCO going over, that was the right call. Like I said, these cats was all over the place. I mean, going through doggone barbed wire tables, bricks with thumbtacks on it, cats hitting each other in the head with trash cans, cats getting speared through trash cans. I mean, foolishness was all throughout this whole crazy man. And see, the whole point of a monster ball is, the story is the cats stay locked up in the doggone room for 24 hours in the dark. So it's like when they come out the room, they already ticked off. And that's pretty much exactly what went down in this matchup. Like, Steve Macklin did a little something, Moose did a little something, Rhino looking like he out of place, but he tried to do something. But PCO got the victory. He pinned Moose. Hey, I ain't have a problem with it. Good job, PCO. So, right away, we got the tag team match. Rascals versus A-Bay-C. Man, the right team went over. I've been wanting to see my man Chris Bay and Ace Austin get some gold for a change, because every time I seen them, they was always losing. They was always losing all the time. Hey, you know what? I mean, these two right here, the Rascals, Trey Miguel and Zachary Wentz, they held on to them tightly. They did what they were supposed to do. But Ace Austin and Chris Bay decided, hey, we're going to finish the deal. We're going to take care of business. And that's exactly what they did. They are now your new Impact World Tag Team Champs. I thought this is a very good tag team match. Now, there is another thing. This is the unfortunate thing. I feel bad for Tasha Steelz, Deonna Purrazzo, and MK Ultra. You were promised a spot on the pay-per-view. They got kicked off. So the match was done, but the match was taped for Impact TV. I feel bad for them because I know they wanted to be on the show. You told them they was going to be on the show and they get axed like that. I don't know why, but they got axed. So the matchup won't be seen until Impact comes on TV. Oh, excuse me, y'all. I apologize. It's super late. But I said they got axed. They were supposed to be on the card. The match is still going to be seen. We just won't see it until Thursday night. But that's that. So we get this right here. And ladies and gentlemen, when Will Ospreay was added to this card and he was challenging Mike Bailey, I said more than likely this is going to steal the show. And man, they did not disappoint. Will Ospreay has been on a tear. 2023 has been his year. This has been the year of Will Ospreay. I got to give this young man all the props in the world. Out here killing it with Kenny. Out here killing it with what's his name? Jericho. Out here coming in here handling business with Mike Bailey. I said this Will Ospreay dude is legit. This boy is legit. And Mike Bailey ain't bad himself. I've been watching a whole lot of Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey has been showing me something now. I thought due to him and I'm the best Jonathan Gresham beefing, I thought maybe they probably was going to tie their story together into this. Nope. Will Ospreay and Mike Bailey just beat the snot out of each other. I mean, you got the holy poop chants throughout the whole match. This is awesome. Fight forever. These clowns were trying to murder each other. I mean, listen. You talk about, listen, yes, was the Spot Monkey Fest? Absolutely. But they was wrestling. They was going at it. This was a fantastic match. This was more than likely my match of the night. These cats right here just tore the freaking house down. Cats getting kicked in the head, getting body slammed, getting elbowed in the back of the neck. I mean, these fools was, they were going at it, y'all. This was great. I loved it. I enjoyed everything about it. And the right man went over. Will Ospreay came in, handled the business. He got the dub. Great. I ain't have no problem with it because this was part of my predictions. I said Will Ospreay Desperate was going over. Like I said, great. Now this right here, going into it, I really didn't care about it. But the Call Your Gauntlet match was a very entertaining battle royal obviously it's a battle royal. It's a Gauntlet battle royal. It was pretty much their version of how they would do the Royal Rumble. Very entertaining. We got some surprise interests from Sonny Kiss to Matt Cardona coming out of nowhere. I mean, shoot. Listen, you had all kinds of stuff going on. Everybody was coming out of nowhere. Hoover Tube came out. I couldn't help but think back to that idiotic booking decision that Vince and them did where they had him, Super Crazy, and the other cat driving on some doggone lawnmowers. Y'all know that was racist, Zach. But like I said, he was out there doing work. I mean, shoot, Kenny King out there. Crazy Steve came out of nowhere. Like that's another thing. That's another match they got axed. Crazy Steve and Tommy Dreamer, they match got axed. So 2 matches got axed. I noticed that because they match was supposed to be on the show. It got axed. That's interesting. They match was supposed to be on the show, but it got axed. So they only did 8 matches. Instead of 10, it was 8. Hey, that's messed up. But obviously they came out there. Well, he came out there. Security was trying to get him out. So then Tommy Dreamer came out of nowhere, got rid of him. So then, like I said, you had Giselle out there, Jody Threat. Like I said, Edwards was out there. His wife was in there. Sonny Kiss came out of nowhere, had a little nice showing. Bully Ray came in there trying to do something. Like I said, Matt Cardona pulled up. Then you had Jordan Grace come out there. Eric Young came out. Then you had my boy, I Believe in Joe Hendry. Pop, pop. He came out. Then Brian Myers came out. Then you had Heath, I Got Kids. He came out. Then Rick Swan came out. Frankie Kazarian came out. Then I'm the Best. Jonathan Gresham came out. And Killian King, she came out. And then the final entry was Dirty Dango. As soon as he came in there, he got eliminated. So like I said, it was all kind of chaos. I mean, so we came down to the final 2, which so happened to be Jordan Grace and Bully Ray. And Bully Ray did the job. Jordan Grace won, and she has the opportunity to face any champion for any title of her choosing when she wants. Well, she already made her statement. She said at Hard to Kill, she's going after whoever is the Impact's Knockouts champion. So, will Trinity have this title all the way going into Hard to Kill? We'll see. But listen, overall, I was very entertained with this. I thought this was a very good gauntlet. Some people might think it was cheesy. Yeah, it was some cheesy stuff happening in it, but hey, that's the whole point when you have clown battle royals. You got to do the little cheesy WWE-ish clowning. I mean, that's just wrestling. That's wrestling one-on-one. So then we get to the women's. We get to Trinity versus Mickie James for the Knockouts World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, I've seen Trinity have to work. I've seen it. Normally when Trinity gets in that ring, Trinity coast. Because this is the name of the game. Trinity always tries to see how her opponent is going to match up with her. So when she sees how they work with her, that's when she usually takes advantage, and that's how she ends up winning her matches. Mickie James was a completely different story. Trinity had to work for this one. Both of them came in here to giddy little best friends. That's what they're trying to say, good friends and all this stuff, smiling and all that stuff. I say them smiles surely but surely turned from smiles to frowns because the competition was heating up. Mickie James wasn't going down without a fight. She was desperately trying to win that championship. Now, the crowd was kind of switching up. You heard some fans kind of going in for Mickie, and then you heard some fans kind of booing for Trinity, but then they kind of switched up. Then it was cheering Trinity, and then it was booing Mickie. It was like a mixed crowd of reaction. But this matchup, ladies and gentlemen, Trinity coasted between the two matches she had with Deonna Purrazzo. But going in here with Mickie James, ladies and gentlemen, this was a test. Trinity got tested for real. I'm telling you. I liked the match. I enjoyed the match, but this was a tough match. And I'm guaranteeing you right now, she didn't turn. But Mickie James more than likely will be turning heel because she wants another shot. I'm telling you how the story is going to go. They greeted each other. They hugged each other. Mickie kind of cried. Trinity, because but I'm telling you, the story is not over. This feud is just beginning. It's just getting started. Because I'm telling you, when they get back in that ring this time, Mickie James is pulling all kinds of tactics. She going to go nuts. And Trinity better be ready because she can easily win that championship back. I'm trying to tell you. So, Trinity, get your game up. Because Mickie wasn't no tough cookie. I mean, she wasn't no easy cookie. She was one tough cookie. That girl brought it. Now, they may have had a botch too in there, but like I said, that's how it is. So I thought these two wrestled each other in WWE, but apparently they didn't. So, when you finally get in the ring with somebody, you have to coast with them. You have to learn, okay, how do you move here? How does she move here? And then you got to watch what they do. So then when you go with them, you can roll with it. But like I said, overall, I enjoyed the matchup. I thought it was a solid match. But I watched this. Trinity had to work. Because Mickie, she wasn't playing. Mickie James was not playing, ladies and gentlemen. Trinity, you already know. When you get back in the ring with Mickie, you better study. You better go and watch this video again. Watch the whole matchup. Watch it over. Watch where you can improve. And so when Mickie comes, you know exactly how to counter everything she throws. Because Mickie almost came close to winning that title, ladies and gentlemen. She came this close. Overall, I thought the matchup was good. And I knew, look, Clowns is online hating on. You listen, you know the name of the game. You know the cats is just going to stay hating on the melanated sisters because that's the name of the game. And speaking of hating on melanated sisters, this is Circus Clown. He went viral. He got put on the spot. He got put on Front Street by O'Shea Jackson Jr., a.k.a. Ice Cube's son. His name is Mr. Teshki or something like that. He was hating on Bianca. Talk about she the Fruity Pebbles of the women's division and just hating. And so he did a video, a reacting to her coming back. And he took his headphones off and then he folded his arms and straight pouting. I said, that's that straight white supremacist energy. Cats just don't like to see sisters dominate. Let me tell you something. Just her coming back. People say, oh, she wins all the time. I said, did you see her on her way out before she left? She got embarrassed. How many times have they embarrassed Bianca? And people say she don't go to adversity. Yes, she does. They have embarrassed her. They embarrassed her back at SummerSlam 2021. Then they embarrassed her again at SummerSlam 2023. It's always like they just love embarrassing Bianca. You fools always want to hate on her just because. Listen. Then he tried to coast, talk about, well, no, I feel the same way about Cody and John Cena. Y'all just trying to make a narrative. No, bro, no, stop it. You capping. You're capping, man. We know exactly how you move because it's a host of cats that feel the same exact way how you do. Stop playing. Just stop it. So we get to the main event. Alex Shelley versus Josh Alexander. Ladies and gentlemen, I said this. I was like, it would not shock me at all if Alex Shelley retained. Because watching the Go Home show, Josh Alexander kept telling Alex Shelley, all you are is a transitional champion. That kind of was like a tease of what was going to happen. These two were grappling, doing what they were supposed to do. Yes, it was a botch or two that happened. But the name of the game was, can Alex Shelley outlast the man himself? And he found a way to do it. He found a way. And after the matchup, even though Alex Shelley was acting like a heel the entire time, he beat him fair and square. They shook up. They embraced one another. And that's how the show went off. But right after the show went off, I don't know if I'm going to get copyright strike, but I'm about to play the video. You get it. You get it. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. Anthony Khan, Paul the Civic, you better be on your best behavior. You better be on your best behavior. Because they tired of being looked at as a joke. They're tired. And with them coming out of nowhere with this, oh, it's serious business. It's serious business, ladies and gentlemen. It's freaking serious business. Listen, I'm here to tell you right now, overall, I thought Bound for Glory was a successful pay-per-view. And with all the wrestling that we got, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it, ladies and gentlemen. Bound for Glory got a solid 8 out of 10. Solid 8 out of 10. I'm serious. I don't think it was one thing on the show I really didn't care for. Not one. I actually liked dang near everything that was on the show. Everything. And then they came out of nowhere with this. Oh, man. Your man is back on the bandwagon for real. For real, for real. Now I got to figure out how the heck do I get. But listen, I got to make time. I got to make time because this is great. This is great. This is excellent news for them. I can't do nothing but congratulate them on this. January 3rd, Hard to Kill, live from Las Vegas. Whew. They ain't playing. They ain't playing. Now, let's go ahead and talk about this show. Mr. Tony Khan with his dream match. Now, don't get me wrong. This matchup was fire. It was great. I just wish TK would have built up to this. I'm telling you, TK, this is one of his biggest problems. I feel like he's just a matchmaker. Now, listen, Collision was good. I personally think tonight Collision was better, or last night Collision was better than Dynamite and Rampage put together. But he has to do a better job, especially with what we just got. What we just got. Man, you got to step your story game up because they ain't playing. They are not playing, ladies and gentlemen. That's not, you see it. Scott D'Amore and company ain't playing. I'm here to tell you they ain't playing. If me, a hardcore AEW head, is telling you that Impact, aka TNA, ain't playing, you better listen to me. Don't listen to the shields that's gonna shield out and say, oh, AEW and WWE ain't got nothing to be concerned about. Nobody. You best to get your game on. The games are up. Just booking random matches and not telling nobody stories and not doing no them days are done. Listen, I'm not accepting foolish booking anymore. I've given them pass, but not anymore. 4 years in, and you just awoken a sleeping giant. TK, Scott D'Amore is coming for you. Triple H, Scott D'Amore is coming for you. You better wake up. You better wake up, because doing stuff like this is what you do at a pay-per-view. You don't just put it on TV. You don't put it on TV. You set it up. You want us to be invested in your TV product. The TV is to tell the freaking story. Yes, you can have fantastic matches on the show. I'm not telling you to have garbage matches, but I'm telling you to set the stuff up. Set it up. Like the story where the clown running around with the devil mask. Great. The House of Black was dominating throughout the entire show. Yes, House of Black are back. Fantastic. Great. The LFI make me want to see them with the Trios Championships right now. You got multiple storylines going on. I mean, great, but get better at it. Don't just book random matches. Guess what? We getting a random match on Dynamite, because guess who's pulling back up? That's right. Okada is back. Okada is back, ladies and gentlemen. Okada is freaking back. Let's go ahead and break down the show live from Memphis. Live from Memphis. We get the first matchup. Bryan versus Andrade. This was a pay-per-view worthy matchup. They killed it. They did work. Andrade took the L. Bryan gets the victory. Fantastic match. Fantastic wrestling. My problem is, TK, don't just give it away and hop online and say, hey guys, we're having a dream match. I got it. It's Bryan versus Andrade. Isn't that great? You should tune in. That's not how people tune in, ladies and gentlemen. That's not it. Just that promo alone from Impact got me ready to jump through walls for them right now. I see why King might do what he do. I see why he's staying the mess out of Impact. That's why. I'm excited. They got me excited. Come on. Let's step your freaking game up. Matchup was fantastic. This was a great wrestling match. I just wish they would have built up to it. You build up to it, cats gonna be like, oh man, I can't wait to see it. I'm like, when I saw it, when they was like, I saw that this matchup was announced yesterday. I was like, and TK talked about dream match. I said, bro, TK, quit using that word. He uses it so loosely. Everything you put together ain't a freaking dream match, man. I mean, it's not. Bryan versus Andrade was fantastic. It was a great matchup. But you using that word so loosely, man, it's like the boy that cried wolf. That's exactly what Tony Khan is turning into. He's turning into the boy that cried wolf. But like I said, these fools are tearing each other up. They were beating the brakes off each other. So right after the match, the light goes off. Then the light pops back on. Malachi Black has returned, and he is targeting Bryan Danielson. He laid him out. I said, oh, are we doing Bryan versus Malachi at Full Gear? Hey, I'm down with that. I'm cool. So then the lights go off, the lights pop back on, and then there is Claudio and Willa Yuta basically trying to check on Bryan. You know, so fans is going nuts, fans are going crazy. I said, so I wonder where this is leading. So we got some story. Then we get Darby Allin with his arm in the sling. I didn't talk about this yesterday. Let me tell y'all something what this circus clown decided to do. So as of right now, Darby has a fractured shoulder. This circus clown tried to ride, or he got on something. I don't know if it was a skateboard or he did something going down a skateboard ramp and messed around and failed on. I don't know if he was trying to ride a bike. He did something with a quote unquote fractured shoulder. And then gonna go and do this stupid move. And I'm like, bro, I told y'all, this man is a wannabe Johnny Knoxville. That's exactly what he's. Johnny Knoxville meets Jack Skellington from Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm trying to tell you what his gimmick is. And he's literally trying to live the gimmick. So we talked about Nick Wayne, talked about why did he listen to the internet trolls that's telling him that he doesn't belong in the ring and that they hate him and all this stuff. You shouldn't have listened to them. But you keep calling me out and you want me to beat you down. Guess what? Since my wrist is fractured, I messed around and messed up your teeth. But since you really, and guess what? So they keep saying Sting has a present from Tony Khan. And he said, if it is what I think it is, it's going to be a great present. Well, ladies and gentlemen, fools have been talking about is Sting eventually going up for a singles gold. That's the surprise, ladies and gentlemen. Sting is going against Christian on Dynamite for the TNT Championship. Now that tells me, is Sting going to win? Is this the end of Christian as TNT champion? I don't know. I don't want it to be, but that's where we're going. So, good promo. Like I said, it's a follow-up of Wayne going crazy and everything. So, more than likely, whatever I don't know if he's going to be able to be cleared to wrestle at Full Gear. I don't know. But it's looking like the matchup is going to be Wayne versus Darby Allin. That's what the matchup is going to be, if he can go. So then we get another random match. Now, after Sky Blue got screwed on Rampage last night, or 2 nights ago, because it's Sunday morning now, we got this young lady, Hollywood Haley. I don't know why TK brought her in, because this woman has been known to be a cultural appropriation woman. She was running around here, quote unquote, trying to act like she about that, but we know she not. And Sky Blue just wiped the floor with her. I personally wish Sky Blue didn't go against her, or they didn't have this match announced. They should have said, we hear from Sky Blue. Sky Blue should have came out here and she gives off her grievances as why she does not want to be tight with Chris anymore. Why she feels that Chris is a nuisance and that Chris and Willow or whatever. She should have addressed that. And then she said, in the meantime, if there's anybody in the back that want to get their behind kicked, come on out right now. Then you can introduce this young lady. I wouldn't have had a problem with that because, see, now Sky Blue is addressing the fans. Now we're getting some more story with the women. That's all we've been asking. And I'm like, I get what they're trying to do. She's turning more heelish and all this. Like I said, this is a squash match. Like I said, Sky Blue beat the brakes off this girl. I mean, she tore her up. I said, great, but I wish they would have did it the way how I did it, because you want us to care. You want us to be invested in Sky Blue. I get you're trying to turn the heel because of the black goo that Julia Hart spit in. Like I said, congratulations to her, and big shout out to Lee on getting married. Like I said, I wish them the best. I pray over their marriage and pray that they have a successful marriage and everything, to death do them part. But like I said, this right here would have made a whole lot more sense if Sky Blue would have addressed her grievances. Just address them. We don't look. You can do the match, but address your grievances. Why are you mad at Chris? Why are you upset at Chris? What did Chris do to you? Why? Express yourself. You don't want Willow to be tight with her. Why? Express yourself. Get a understanding. This is where TK needs to figure out the storytelling. Sky Blue just does not just be going against any random people after you just had to look like a joke on Rampage just to say, hey, okay, we're gonna feed Hollywood. We're gonna feed Hollywood to her. I'm like, great and all, but I mean, I just need some story. And then we turn right back around, and guess what? We got another squash. The gun squash these circus clowns called the Outrunners. I say these out of place looking like they came from the 80s wrestlers. I'm like, squash match. Another squash match. Beat the brakes off of them. Done. So right after the matchup, lights went off, video package pulled it back up, and you seen the cat wearing the devil mask again. A lot of people saying, hey, now the first one definitely wasn't MJF. This one looked a little bit more like it was MJF, but according to a cat that I'm tight with, he said that he knows who it was, and he said that was not MJF. He said he can't expose who it is right now, but he said that wasn't MJF. So they playing up to it. They want you to be invested. They want you to be true to the story and everything about this matchup between Jay White and MJF. They want you to play the guessing game. It's all about the guessing. I said, see, this is where if you add more matches to the card, if you already had matches lined up and you do this, guess what? More people are more interested in Full Gear. This is the area where TK is going to have to figure out, hey, I can't do this on my own. I can't. I got TNA I got to deal with now. Because I was over here talking about buying Impact. Now look what happened. Now TNA is back. Step your freaking game up. Then we get this cornball segment. Orange Cassidy was talking to Lexi. Lexi, for the people who are not sure who Lexi is, she is one of the backstage reporters outside of Renee. So you know how you got Renee on Dynamite. Well, Lexi is always on Rampage and Collision. Lexi was talking with Orange Cassidy about his matchup. Then you got Chris pacing back and forth talking about, I got to lift something. I'm like, see, this is where Chris should have been like, you know what? I got my matchup against Willow, but I'm really saddened about why my best friend is acting funny. She's been acting funny ever since she's been spit in the face by Julia Hart, and I really don't understand. I wish she would give me an explanation. See, if she would have gave the explanation early, then Chris could have went back off of that, and then she could have said what she said as she's getting ready for her matchup at Battle of the Belts against Willow. Tie things together. I feel like I'm doing TK's work for him. That's it. But she did this cornball segment where she picked up Lexi, talk about, I'm ready. OC, are you ready? And oh, you know how he is. Yeah, whatever. Like I said, it could have been so much better if Sky would have addressed Chris right before her matchup. Address Chris. That's it. Why are you beefing with, what are you beefing with her for? What did she do to you? What did she do? Make it make sense, man. It's not that difficult. This is what I would have done. I would have had Sky address Chris, say what she had to say. Then Chris can make her rebuttal as she's getting ready for her matchup and say, you know what? I heard exactly what she said. And you know what? I'm very saddened that she feels that way. She's my best friend, just like Willow's my best friend. We were the pack. We were the three amiguses. And she's clowning like this because she got spit in the face and she's trying to take it out on me. I did nothing wrong to her. Nothing. And I hope that if she still wants to be close, she can be close. Matter of fact, if she wants, she can come out and she can watch the match or whatever she wants. Like I say, instead of doing this cornball stuff they had Chris doing, I'm like I say, it is what it is. So then we get this. They are so desperate. Like I said, Jeff, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to tell you right now, Jeff Jarrett has something on TK. It's absolutely no reason why we should be seeing dang near 60-something, 70-something year old Jeff Jarrett still out here trying to wrestle on freaking TV in 2023. I know TNA just got back in the business, but we should not be seeing this. And I get it. Yes, he's from Memphis. They were in Memphis. Yes. But this was basically a hot dog eating, barbecue, ketchup, mustard fight. That's basically what it was. And it was a handicap match out this world. It was 5-on-1. Eddie Kingston got jumped not only by Jay Lethal, he got jumped by Satnam Singh, he got jumped by Karen Jarrett, and he got jumped by Sanjay Dutt. He got jumped by the whole faction. Whatever faction they call it themselves, I don't know. And Eddie Kingston lost. I say, man, I hate matches like these. I hate them. I hate matches. I literally hate matches like these because, again, you're pinning your champion in a non-title match. I hate it. You could have, if you wanted Jeff Jarrett to wrestle so bad, and you're trying to tell the story of Jay ascending or getting out, because Eddie Kingston is going to address this. I'm going to talk about his promo afterwards, which happened later on. But if you really wanted Jay to get this title shot, you should have easily had Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal wrestle each other. So now it's starting to get personal because now you got the so-called uncle and the so-called nephew who's in the same faction going against each other. Who wants the title shot more? Now you're quote-unquote, it's dissension going in the group. See, if I'm trying to make sense of it. If you really want Jeff Jarrett on TV, that's what I'm doing. I'm not finna sacrifice a pinfall over the champion in a non-title match. I'm just not doing that. I'm about to make you make your champion look like a complete joke, and he got annihilated. He got jumped. He got jumped by everybody. You get Satnam Singh out here doing chokeholds on folk. I mean, just goofy. So he got the shot. He got the shot because of Jeff Jarrett and all of the clowns basically beating the brakes off of Eddie Kingston. You know, it is what it is. So then we got the Acclaim talking with Lexi. And Matt Scasser talked about he said some foolish line, something stupid, real stupid. So they put him in timeout. So they said, hey, we've been champion for 55 days. And Daddy Magic and all of this stuff, they ain't winning nothing. We're going to beat them. We're going to do this and all that stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, I love the Acclaim. I respect the best out of all of them. But ladies and gentlemen, I'm so ready for them to lose those trios titles. And I'm telling you, there is multiple candidates that can lose. House of Black just got back. Do you put the titles back on them? LFI, they are cutting the best promo work they done. Roosh, what he said was great. You got Bullet Club Gold sitting right there. I mean, if you was gonna take Daddy Magic and Crew serious, you could have put it on them. But it's time. It is honestly time for the Acclaim. Their 55 days are coming to a close whenever that is. It's coming to a close, ladies and gentlemen. It's time. So we get the matchup, Miro versus Action Andrade. And I'm here to tell y'all right now, this might have been my match of the night. I know as good as Andrade versus Bryan was, Miro versus Action was a great matchup. This was all, look, two different styles that's clashing. You got a high flyer known as Action, and you got the muscle man / big man Miro clashing together. And the way how they brought they styles together, and then you had CJ sitting there watching as she was admiring. It's this so-called beef going on between husband and wife because she's going to load up multiple cats that's going to join her, and she's going to manage all these people. I'm like, this is crazy. Whatever it takes to so-called take her man down. That's basically what the script is. But this matchup was great. I loved it. The story is there. Obviously, he tried to debo him from last week, which he did. and actually came this close to beating him. He came this close to beating Miro. But Miro said, game over. Took that boy out. That man was done. He was finished. I love this match. I thought it was great. And like I said, the story continues. The story continues. People say, what's the story? The story is Miro beefing with his wife. That's the story. So you know what? I'm cool with that. So obviously she's looking for more people to join in, and there's a certain somebody that she walks up on later on. So we get Daddy Magic, Cool Ange, Jake Hager, and Anna Jay talking with Lex to talk about, are they on the same page? Yes, we had a breakfast. We went and had coffee. We talked it out. I told that man I hate the dancing and all that stuff, but we're on the same page and we're going to win the championship. Then, as everybody walked off, Cool Ange stuck around. He stuck around, and Ruby Soho looked at him, and they talked to each other as if they was ready to get invested in one another. I said, Ruby Soho and Cool Ange? But she told him to get out her thing where she talks, because out of nowhere, because she beat Sky Blue, now she's the number one contender for the AEW Women's Championship. That's basically what we're doing now. Ruby Soho, I'm like this now. I was on the bandwagon of Ruby Soho coming in to be presented better. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruby Soho is looking like a joke, just as bad as how she was looking while she was in WWE. It makes absolutely no sense why she's in this predicament. She talked about how she can't wait to beat the brakes off of Sheeta. You know she not beating Sheeta on Dynamite. We all know she not. And I feel so bad for her. I feel bad because, like I said, man, you could have positioned her so much better. But I don't know. I honestly don't know. Like I said, man, I don't know. She ain't beating Sheeta, man. She not. She is not beating Sheeta. It wouldn't even make sense, because all we doing at this point, we just hoppitating the title. And I don't like that. I do not like the hoppitating of the title. The hoppitating of the title is only when, let's say, somebody gets injured. Like, unfortunately, it seemed like whoever hold on to that international championship, seemed like everybody just kept getting hurt. But, I mean, hoppitating the title is just not it. You got to have somebody hold on, have a decent reign, mean something. Make that reign mean something. So people that's gunning for that championship, whoever eventually gets it, you're going to be like, okay, everything makes sense. But nothing's making sense right now. Like I said, the TBS title picture seems to have a bigger story than the main championship, and it shouldn't be. Both titles should be on the same playing field. Both of them. But again, guess whose fault that is? That's Anthony Khan, ladies and gentlemen. Anthony Khan needs freaking help. He needs help. You know. But the match is set, Ruby versus Sheeta for the AEW Women's Championship on Dynamite. Now this right here, let me tell y'all something about Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston he's a master at getting you to care about whatever he's doing. Every single one of us did give a rat's behind about that matchup between him and Jeff Jarrett. But he said, Jay, I hope you're happy. I hope you're happy that you allowed yourself to become Jeff Jarrett's female dog. And he called them by his real name. He didn't call him Jay. He called him Jarrett. He said, you're going to make everybody in your household upset with you. You lost the passion of what it really means to be a true wrestler because you associate with these clowns. You associate. I mean, he went in. He said, hey, you better bring your A game because I'm going to beat the snot out. I said, listen, Eddie Kingston is a master promo. He knows how to get you to. You can probably give him a rat's behind about what he's doing, but when he starts talking, he engrafts you in. I say, see, that is a gift. Being able to spit promos like that and get people to care about what you're doing, that's a gift. And I take my hat off to Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston may not be the best wrestler, but the boy know how to get you to care about what he's doing. That's a gift. That's natural. You got to be born with that. You can't script that. That is natural. And I take my hat off to Eddie Kingston. Now, as to where they do the matchup, I don't know. But obviously we know he ain't beating it, man. But here's the deal. You got to tell a compelling story of how Jay comes up short. Does he come up short because of Jeff Jarrett and the squad? Or does he come up short because he loses the passion, as what he said? He has lost the passion of what it truly means to be a pro wrestler. He's just been basically being Jeff Jarrett's little female dog. Basically, that's what he's been. hanging out with Karen and them is a joke. Sanjay Dutt is a clown. Satnam Singh is just one big old giant clown. Jeff Jarrett, he ain't nothing but a mid-card Memphis piece of crap. That's all he is. Jay Lethal is the only one that's actually somewhat worth giving a dang out the group, but they been presenting him like a straight up clown. I cared about him when he first came through, but he ain't been doing nothing. He's been looking like a dang joke. So, like I said, it's, I give Eddie Kingston a whole lot of props on getting me to give a crap about it, because I honestly didn't care nothing about that matchup between him and Jeff Jarrett. I didn't. It was all over the place. It was foolishness. It was clowning. I mean, I get it. You got trying to get your entertainment crap on, but we don't need to be seeing no mid-card Memphis piece of crap trying to wrestle in some freaking 2023. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. FTR back, and they beat the brakes off some two black generic clowns, Bad Thad Brown and Darian Benston. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, listen, a squash match is only when you're trying to build up somebody. The fact that you had 3 squash matches, that don't help nobody. It don't help nobody, man. TK, man, do better. Do better. The matchup was a no contest because House of Black are now targeting FTR. So they targeted Brian, and now they are targeting FTR. And I'm sitting up and saying, House of Black are back. They trying to retake over Collision like how they was when Collision first started. I like it. I love the fact that they causing chaos because this is their show. I like it. I'm cool with it. I ain't got a problem with it. So here's the story. Now, like I say, is this them trying to revamp them where they go after the trios titles? I don't know. You got multiple teams that could potentially win the trios titles. Multiple. So let me see. They didn't got the video up, but LFI cut a video package promo about them not only being overlooked, but Roosh was talking about him possibly being too dangerous for the company. He said, I'm too dangerous. He said, I done worked this hard to be placed as too dangerous for the company. He said, you don't know what dangerous is. And man, I love the fact that Preston Vance and Drilistico and him and Jose, they all look like bosses. I say, I like it. This is a Hispanic main event mafia type of group. And I'm sitting up here saying, I've seen enough. Put the freaking trios titles on them and let them go on a tear. Let them just destroy the entire division. Let them run through everybody. Have them terrorize the whole freaking division. I don't give a crap. I'm trying to tell you right now, because just giving off them vibes, I say, man, this is great. This is fantastic. So like I said, FTR came out and they got jumped. After they, like I said, match didn't even happen. House of Black beat the brakes off of them. So then we get to the tag team match. Main event. Willa Yuta and Claudio versus Ricky Starks and Big Bill. So they've been constantly showcasing Willa Yuta and Claudio getting tag team wins. So obviously they deserved this shot. So it wasn't a random tag team match because they was on Collision last night. Collision. They was on Rampage 2 nights ago because it's Sunday morning now. And like I said, they've been beating up clowns, so it was only right that they got the tag team match. Ricky Starks and Big Bill ended up winning because guess what? House of Black came out of nowhere again. They came out and listen, it's crazy that how all the clowns that they are going after right now. This is insane. It's freaking insane of all the crap that's going on. It's like, man, I like it. I'm cool with it. I ain't got a problem. It's chaos. It's like, all right, cool. But again, let's cut out all the squash matches. Let's start bringing some more stories to Sky Blue's situation. Why is she mad? Why is she upset? Why does she want to be cool with Chris no more? Let's tie some things together. Let's start making sense of what's going on. Let's start announcing matches going into the freaking pay-per-view. We had to. We can't play around no more. TK, you can't play around. TNA is freaking back. Saying it like my man Plies. You know how Plies talk. Plies say, it's back. It's not like saying bike. TNA is back. TNA is back, man. They are back. They ain't playing no more. You can't play. You can't play around putting up filth no more. You just can't. You can't do it. So, Battle of the Belts. Did not give a rat's behind about Orange Cassidy versus John Silver. And you had Alex Reynolds out there trying to cheat, but it didn't work. Orange Cassidy won. Oh yeah, Moxie back. Yeah, Moxie came out of nowhere too, so Moxie's back. So then we get Lexi talking to Andrade, and out of nowhere, CJ comes up, and she talks like she wants to manage him. And he looked real silly, and he walked off. I'm like, so it's looking like Andrade is going to be under CJ Perry's leadership. All right, I'm cool with it. CJ, obviously, she talks. I would say she do. Listen, Andrade can talk, but I guess this is just another mouthpiece for him or whatever. Hey, I ain't got a problem with it. Hey, if this is gonna lead to Miro versus Andrade at the pay-per-view, by all means, let's do it. Then we get Tony Nese talking bull jive with Mark Sterling. He just was waiting on Samoa Joe to come out there and beat the brakes off him, because that's exactly what happened. And Samoa Joe beat the brakes off of him. It wasn't even mad. He did like one muscle buster, match was over. Then he addressed MJF. He said, MJF, I'm coming for you. I am going to win that AEW World Championship. And he said, here's the deal. Either you're going to give me a shot, or I'm going to make you give me a shot. Now, that is a threat. MJF has multiple clowns gunning for him. Multiple. That's what you want your champion to have. And I like it. TK, you got the main event scene on point. It could be better, but you got the main event scene on point. Let's work on the other divisions. Let's work on it. You got to improve on so many different areas. I'm trying to help you out. I'm being as fair as balanced. I don't want people coming. I'm being as fair as I can for TK. Because I thought Collision was great. Overall, I thought it was a good show. Like I said, back to Battle of the Belts. Chris vs. Willow, more than likely this was the match of the night for Battle of the Belts. They killed it. They did their thing. Willow Nightingale gave a fantastic performance. But she wasn't beating Chris. After the matchup, Sky came out there. She got in the ring. Chris and Willow were finna shake hands. She got in the ring and she hit both their hands away. But then Willow just shook her hand and she walked off. And then Sky Blue just looked at Chris, and then she got out the ring and left. I was like, is this leading to a triple threat at Full Gear? Is that where we're going? I can say, if Sky were to address Chris, everything would have made sense. Why is she beefing? Why does she want Willow to be tight with Chris? What is the biggest issue? What is the problem that you have with Chris? What is it? Address your feelings. Get it off your chest. Why are you mad? Why are you upset? Address your beef. We would care more. A whole lot more people would be invested in the storyline if you made it make sense. That's all we ask. That's it. Like I said, the girls did work. Did good. Backstage, Lexi is talking with OC. And he talked about how everybody keep getting in his way. Moxley is back. He got in his way. He said, hey, since your friends is on the show and you keep getting in my way, hey, I talked to TK next week. Tag team match. Claudio and Brian, you get to go 2-on-2 versus me. And Okada, randomly out of nowhere, Okada is pulling up. I said, TK out here once again, ladies and gentlemen, trying his best to get people to get care about what's going on in AEW because of a certain name like Okada. I'm like, TK, you know dang well Okada's only big in New Japan and Impact. That's about it. I get it. You think he's a huge name. Now, don't get me wrong, the matchup going to bang. You know it's going to be great. But, like I said, it's just TK for you, ladies and gentlemen. It's exactly what he do, just randomly making matches and all that. So, we get the main event. Cool Hand Ainge, Daddy Magic, and DG versus The Acclaim with Billy Gunn, Daddy A. This was a solid trios match, but the dancing got in the way, and the fans wanted DG to dance. Daddy Magic kept telling him, don't do the dance. He eventually did the dance, but that's what cost him. The Acclaim got the victory. They retained the championships. And that's how the show went off the air. And that is the end of Battle of the Belts. Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, Battle of the Belts continues to be a mid-show because TK doesn't really put forth an effort in getting a story to get people to care about what's being invested. If you put forth an effort in the matches that were on the show, maybe people would have cared more. Now, was the wrestling somewhat good on the show? Yeah, it was decent. Like I said, Chris versus Willow was more than likely the best match on the show. The trios match really wasn't that bad either. It was a good match. Like I said, the matches were fine. Like I said, it don't just be the matches. It's just, what are you trying to tell us? What's the storyline that you're honestly trying to tell us? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't got nothing else to say, ladies and gentlemen. Like I said before I finish this review, again, just keep the family in prayer. Like I said, my auntie's name is Gina McClellan. So the McClellan family and the KCFL family. So KCFL family and the McClellan family. So I appreciate everything. Like I said, overall, I thought we got a solid night of wrestling. I mean, right out here in the backyard for Bound for Glory. Impact is no more. TNA is back. I love it. Total nonstop action. And y'all already know what to do. Like I said, tell me what you thought about everything that happened. Are you excited for the new chapter of TNA returning for Impact Wrestling? What are your thoughts on what Triple H and TK must do to compete with that? Like I said, tell me overall, like what you felt. What you feel about Bound for Glory? What you feel about Collision, Battle of the Belts? Like I said, hey, make sure you hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Hey, I'll talk to y'all cats later. Holla at your boy.